YouTube, what's up? Welcome to Questions and Answers, this episode 4. I'm just going through my community link and answering as many questions as I can for you guys. Let's see here. First up on the list is I was thinking you would go with roller walkers. Basically, the reason I didn't go with roller walker upgrade was because I didn't want to have something I had to adjust or worry about. That's why I went with the factory style rockers on it. Not to mention the upgrade's incredibly expensive, and yeah, I just wanted to get the truck together. So anyhow, but yeah, it's a good upgrade. If you're not going to use it as a daily driver, be great. I mean, they didn't rank stainless steel rocker arms, at least not when I built my motor. Maybe they do now. I haven't seen any, but I was thinking, you know, about doing the aluminum upgrade, but you know, aluminum rockers are not really made for daily driver. They're more for a full race application, and I didn't want anything I had to worry about. That's why. BDD 1469 said, "Be careful with a high volume oil pump. Yada yada yada. Wears the lobes out. This, that, and the other thing." Well, the trick to that is you make sure that you don't run heavy oil. I wouldn't suggest running 2050 or anything like that. I run 1030 in mine. I run Royal Purple full synthetic with Prolong additive. Not to mention I'm in Southern California, so my engine usually is running pretty hot. The oil is pretty hot, so I'm not really worried about the strain on the camshaft gear running the oil pump and wearing anything out. Like I said, I haven't had any problems with it. It's got like 20,000 miles on it right now. Haven't had any issues with the engine whatsoever, really. What kind of MPG am I getting with this motor? Okay, so MPG on the motor. I get, like right after I built the motor, I had a family emergency. I had to drive back east and back on the stock size tire, basically. It was slightly bigger. It was like a 235 or something. But I got like 21 miles a gallon on the interstate, doing, you know, 85 miles an hour. It worked great. Now that I've upgraded so many things, added all the steel to it, the roof rack, put 33 1250s on it, put 46 gears in it, you know, I mean, I've added I don't know how much weight to the truck, and now it runs down the road about 2,000 RPM at 60 miles an hour. I'm getting about 15 miles a gallon out of it, you know, on the highway. You know, these Jeeps just don't get good gas mileage, and Line 6s just don't. But as far as that goes, I hope that answers your question. You know, you might be able to get better fuel economy. You know, if you drove a little differently. I have kind of a heavy foot most of the time. I'm not very patient, so, and you know, I let my Jeep idle a lot. So my fuel economy suffers because of it, and I don't really care. So anyhow, I mean, I drive my Vet for fuel economy now, so I mean, it gets, you know, 27, 28 miles a gallon on the freeway, so yeah, there it is there. Cave Deaver JC, however you pronounce your name, I don't know. Am I a real military government trained sniper? No. It's a stupid nickname that I got stuck with, and I just kind of ran with it. It worked out well for my channel when I was doing gun videos. So there it is there. You know, my hat's off to any military personnel that puts their life on the line to defend our country, as well as police, law enforcement, firefighters, anybody that goes to work and puts theirself in risk to keep others safer. You know, my hat's off to you. So that's where it is there. Thought about joining the military, flying jets or helicopters and stuff, but because of my eyesight, it just really wasn't in the cards for me. Plus, you know, I'm not real big on taking orders, so there it is there. Desert Rider 250R, no, it doesn't have an AW4. Those were in the small, I believe those were in the small Cherokees. I don't know what transmission's in mine. Transmission's still doing fine. John Northrop, thanks. Glad you like my video. Glad you think it's nicely done. Comanche Jack, appreciate your comment. I'm glad you like my videos. Hope you subscribe. And more to come. Despises the corrupt U.S. government. Well, me too. Glad you like my video. And yeah, that dude is a douchebag. Are those 30 spline axles, Jake? 32401. They're not 30 spline axles. They're 27 spline axles. It's a Dana 35 non semi float. So yeah, but haven't had any problems since I quit driving like an idiot. Gear ratio on my Jeep: 456 gears front and rear. Who asked that? DRAM. Julie Munson. Yeah, on the Coleman Trex camera, yes, the screen does rotate around all the way. Yes, it does. And the image actually flips as well, so that you're looking at it right side up all the time. Jake Stone wanted to know, get that sound like my Jeep out of a Gremlin with an ANC six-banger. I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about Gremlins, really. Always thought it'd be cool to put an LS motor in one, but no, I can't really answer that for you. But yeah, put a header on it and you know, take all the cats off of it and put a MagnaFlow on it or a broiler or something, and yeah, have a ball. Go for it. Yay, have Ramsey or whatever your name is. You want to know what my recommendation was on a suspension lift to put 305 75 17s on a WJ. It's really hard to say, man, because I want to say that like those 305 75s are like a 33 or a 32. I don't think they're actually a 35. You know, for what you're doing, it's just really hard to answer that without really going through everything. But I would suggest probably getting a 6.5 inch Rusty's long arm kit. Probably still go ahead and bushwhack it, cut the fenders. Depending on if you like to drive fast or whatever, I would definitely upgrade to the Rusty's monotube shock, or maybe even the remote reservoir shocks. Just keep in mind that they are limited on their travel, so you may want to go with a relocating your upper shock mounts, making custom shock mounts for it, and putting longer shocks on it so you have more travel. I hope that helps, but I would definitely suggest going with a Rusty's off-road kit and then making your own custom skid plates. You'll have a lot better luck. If I could go back and do everything different, I wouldn't even have messed with the rough country at all, because it's been nothing but a pain in the ass. It says here you're running like mostly sand, actually with lots of whoops and stuff. You might want to definitely consider putting dual shocks in the back, putting heavier springs in the back maybe, just to keep from having too much tire hop, keeping your tires contacted on the ground. Would definitely recommend running a mud tire still. I'm running Federal Correggias on mine, 33 12 50 15s, and they work great in everything that I threw them at. Ice, snow, mud, sand, pavement, doesn't matter. They wear well, they handle well, they clean out well. I haven't had any issues with them whatsoever. As far as I can tell, they're like the closest thing you can get to having, you know, a bogger on the dirt and having all-terrain on the street. I mean, they're great, and they're not even that noisy. They're not hardly noisy at all, to be honest with you. I think my Definity Dakota MTs were louder than these are. Ahui, glad you liked my video. I'm really glad you went with Rusty's. Glad you're happy with their lift. I knew you would be. I haven't really found anything that comes from Rusty's that I don't like yet. I know somebody made the comment that Rusty stuff's crap, but you know, I don't know what to tell you on that one. Okay, I'm gonna make one comment right now, because I'm so sick of hearing this bull. 17 HMR versus Rabbit videos. Okay, first time out with the gun, didn't know what it was gonna do as far as wound channel or anything like that. Was definitely planning on eating them. I eat rabbits all the time. But anyhow, the bullets I were using were just too violent. That's the reason I posted the video. That way people don't make the same mistakes and go and just, you know, shoot the rabbit however you can and wind up just ruining it. I mean, granted, the rabbit didn't go to waste. I'm sure some coyote had a good meal that night, or a hawk or something else. I mean, circle of life and all. No, I don't just go out just to randomly just kill animals for the hell of it. My videos are meant to be informative and entertaining. Sideways Starion, or whatever the hell your name is. Who built my motor? I did. Hello? I mean, how many videos do I gotta make about it? I built my own engine. I built my own engine. I built my own engine. There you go. I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, I built it. I came up with a combination. I did all the porting work on it. I did all the final assembly, all the painting, all the installing. I don't know how many hours I got in that damn thing. What kind of exhaust is that? It's a Flow Daddy header, 2.5 all the way back. no cats, MagnaFlow muffler, and a Super Trap tailpipe. Must Accord. How much lift is that? What axles do you have? It's a Dana 35 rear, Dana 30 front, 46 gears front and rear, Detroit locker rear end, E-locker, front differential, Yukon axles in the back, stock axles in the front. You can watch my recap videos to tell you more about what lifts on it. Just subscribe, watch some more of my videos. It should answer any of your questions or you have about the lift and how much flex there is and all that kind of stuff. Norman Murphy basically is giving me feedback about putting my thermostat mod in, about how putting a bypass in 160 degree thermostat makes it run fat and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, look, here's the truth of the matter. Yes, running your engine with a 160 thermostat will make it run cooler. Duh. A 160 thermostat doesn't fully open until 170, 175, so you're not actually running at 160. The bypass and all that other stuff that I've done, I live in Southern California, it gets hotter than hell here. And when you're crawling around off-road, you don't get enough airflow through your radiator, even if you have a big oversized radiator like I do. You're still going to run into issues with overheating, and that's the reason why that I went the route I did, putting a 160 thermostat in. I drilled like 3 holes in it. I did my thermostat bypass that you can see in my Jeep 4.0 liter thermostat mod video. And my Jeep runs about 180, 185 degrees just about all the time. I don't have any problems with the heater. I don't have any problems with it fouling spark plugs. I don't have any problems with any of it. You might have a little bit of problem with a little excessive emissions. The reason why, like he put on here, they run maximum efficiency at 210 degrees. That's completely inaccurate. An engine makes its most horsepower and torque at 190. 185 to 195 degrees is when the engine has the best atomization and makes the most horsepower. I'm not concerned about losing a little bit of horsepower, a little bit of fuel economy by running a little lower temperature because, as everybody knows, the biggest killer of a Jeep 4-liter is overheating and warping the head and ruining the motor. That's what I'm trying to avoid. My engine's fan still doesn't come on until about 195, 200, 210 degrees, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly. Does it decrease MPG? Look, I ran the same setup, drove it across the country, got 20 miles a gallon before I put big old tires on it. Okay? As far as hurting the MPG goes, it doesn't. Sorry. Your O2 sensors, your computer are going to compensate for your engine running cooler. And you're not going to lose, you're not going to lose half your fuel economy by running a cooler thermostat. You're just going to decrease your chances of ruining your engine. I know there's all these damn YouTube master mechanics out there that want to tell you how everything is. And I don't claim to be a master mechanic, but I know what works and what I've used. So, there you go. Carlos Mota, call Titan Engines. Ask for Jim Oakes. Talk to him. He can answer any of your questions. And like I said in one of my other videos, they make an engine that's like $2,000 shipped to your door and you'll have a whole lot less headaches and a warranty. So you won't have to have computer tuning done or any of the other stuff. Biggest Mickus. Yeah, I was a little disappointed there wasn't enough mud out there, but it always works out when it rains like hell and there's tons of mud out there. I'm usually having to work. Yeah, that was a sketchy looking dyno there, Scott Sinclair. Very, very sketchy dyno. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the dyno wheel is actually rubbing on the steel plate in between it, shooting sparks out while he's doing the dyno pull. Justin Herdman. Okay, it looks like this dude's just venting. He's either venting or he needs to just get his own YouTube channel and make his own videos talk about it. So I'm not gonna deal with that. Nick Zizo. Do you know the horsepower and torque ratings? Assuming you mean how much horsepower and torque does my vehicle make, I have no earthly idea. How's that for an answer? We had a dyno tune with no tuning whatsoever. It made 155 horsepower at the ground, which is freaking terrible. But since I put the Trail Dash 2 on it, put 4 degrees more timing in it, and it makes tons more power now. I've seen it as high as 180 to 200 horsepower on my Trail Dash horsepower calculator, but that's not real super scientific, and yeah, I don't know how accurate it really is. One of these days, maybe I'll find a shop that'll actually give me the time of day because I own a Jeep and not an LS, and maybe we'll go from there. How's that? All I can tell you is my lifted Jeep with all the heavy weight and everything will keep up with just about any stock Jeep out there. So how's that? That's pretty much all I've got for this episode of Questions and Answers. Thank you guys again for your subscriptions, for your comments. Thank you guys for your likes and your hate mail, and your questions. Happy to answer all of it. If I missed any of your guys' questions or comments, I apologize. Feel free to comment that I did, and I'll make sure to give you a shout out in one of my other videos. At least I will try to. How's that? SoCal Sniper, sign off. See you next time. Thanks for watching. I built my own engine. I built my own engine. I built my own engine.